am Kador, and this is my Sword Mage Quick Guide.
And since you didn't hear any of that, I am Integer.
I am sexy.
I'm going to have to agree.
And you don't have to make your character look like this, but only the awesome people will.
I had red hair. Your stats suck.
You have no soul.
You know, all those little pink guys I felt bad about fighting. They never fought back.
I didn't feel bad because in this game, anything that fights back is probably going to kill you. Just looking at this guy, this is going to be painful.
You know, I thought something similar, but it wasn't for us.
I didn't say who would get the pain.
There's pain.
You know, they call that a mace, but I'm pretty sure he just ripped someone's torch from somewhere. There's a very sad tiki party somewhere.
Oh, I'm not sure that's entirely a tiki party, but, there we go. Cut out some of the ambient volume. I murdered the volume! That's alright, you murdered the dragon.
Remember, 5 Ds of dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. I forgot 4 of them.
This is just dive. For all those that were taking notes.
First rule of Dark Souls. Don't die in Dark Souls. Second rule of Dark Souls. Don't die in Dark Souls!
I don't know, I always believed in 3 rules, and the third one's always, if you're gonna die in Dark Souls, go classy.
Unfortunately, I was unable to find the Tuxedo expansion pack. Lovely bonfire. It's a glowing sword of power.
Never did understand why it made your screen look all psychedelic-y.
Because it's resetting time. And time is supposed to be trippy. Jump cut.
Teleportation.
I'm Michael Myers.
And your stats still suck.
I'm working on resolving that. They're about to suck slightly less. But my strength and dexterity will always suck, but my intelligence will probably be higher than the combined total of most of your stats.
Are we excluding from dexterity down?
I don't know. It just sounded awesome. And your intelligence probably sucks, so you can't think too much about it.
Well... I have enough intelligence to cast every fire spell in the game.
Well, yes, but any idiot can play with fire.
Ugh. I was hoping you'd catch that, so... This is dizzying.
Yes, I do change directions a lot, as I remember where I should go next. One of those I'll stop and I'm like, there's 5 different ways I can go from here. So let's try third to the left. Crap, there is no left.
That sounds about right.
I have the power of generic god number 1.
You know, I don't think I've joined the Covenant yet. Yes, I have. I joined the Chaos Sisters.
I joined the Forest Covenant later, just because I didn't want them trolling me while I was wandering through the forest. After I got done, you know, grinding them for about 3 hours.
I can think of a better waste for 3 hours. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. My job requires zoning, so there's definitely worse things to waste 3 hours on.
Your job requires zoning?
Zoning.
You're gonna have to give me one of those permits, because I've been meaning to build this fort in my backyard. You would not believe the zoning laws.
Yeah. Need ground and air and space museum.
Oh, anybody interested, he's just passed up 2 items. Shield and binoculars. He's not going to show you where to find them, but I might eventually. Probably not.
I'll probably go back for them later. The binoculars are slightly handy with use to the longbow, but they're not immediate right now, so I use all of 2, maybe 3 shields in the game. Run away! You know, some days we're playing Dark Souls and some days we're playing the, was it Tree Frog tag, where if you get to the tree you're safe. I don't know.
Was I absent this day?
Probably. I don't know, I remember playing like 6 different versions of tag. Freeze, regular. One that usually has some sort of safe or home thing.
I remember playing toilet tag.
I remember that one. You got red light, green light, which is technically a version of tag. You just don't actually have to be tagged. You just have to have some asshole shouting directions at you.
It sounds like any standard day trying to find my way to Owasso. You know, that is actually the definition of my day last Saturday.
We're about to descend to something resembling hell. I mean, there's a lot of ghosts and undead, so it's something resembling hell. Then maybe it's purgatory and the other hell is slightly lower.
There was that Grave Lord.
So what does that make? 2 purgatories and 3 hells?
Wasn't there 9 hells?
Depends on what game you're playing. Talking D&D, there's at least 666 layers of hell. The main one just has 9. Round and round we go. Where we'll stop, nobody knows.
Except for the camera. It seems to be the only one that's going.
Which is weird, because I'm controlling the camera.
To all those listening, don't ask him for directions.
Then why are they watching my guide?
You're not giving them directions. You're giving them advice.
True. Though I do have to help them navigate from the dragon place to the swamp later on. So, Lord have mercy on us all.
You know, your dragon place is here. I passed on my way back. Here's your best friend.
Yep, this is Rick. If you're playing a, what do I call it, sword mage, he is going to be your best friend. You'll make lots of trips to visit him. He will miss you. It's very bromantic.
Unless, of course, you're playing a girl.
True, and then the only thing stopping your blossoming romance is the fact that he's trapped himself in a cage. Though to some girls that may make him hotter. I don't know.
It's kind of like prison, only he did it himself. Which is still like prison.
True. Believe it or not, that is a dragon. Believe it or not, it's going to murder us in a minute after we take his shit. Because it's nice shit. And dragons are protective of their nice shit.
I honestly have nothing to say to this.
I can tell you're trying wildly not to crack up. Corpsing. It's what's for dinner.
And, alright, there you go. There's death.
Do not meddle in the affairs of dragons, for to them you are crunchy and taste good with ketchup.
I read something similar in a book the other day.
I don't remember where I picked it up. I just thought it was fantastic.
Jack is your god. Threshers are your enemies. Both think you're dispensable. If anybody got that joke, and if anyone wants to report us for it, I'm Integer. Report me.
I'm Kador. Just Kador. Kador, Kador, Kador. If you got that joke, Kador thanks you.
Don't report him, he didn't say it.
I know nothing and everything at the same time.
If anybody I know nothing bit, go watch Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's Heroes? I don't think I've ever watched that.
I think you're missing.
No, I'm right here.
This guy. The guy in the background that nobody can see now because he's got little shiny blue armor. Right there. Right there. You see him? Right there. He's annoying.
I don't know. I found him kind of amusing.
I had to say it. I talked to him like 17 times in a row. Eventually, I just decided to kill him.
I don't mess with him. My first playthrough, I talked to him, and then I tried to murder him, and it kind of was a one-sided battle, not in my favor.
If you're playing a fire mage, it'll always be in your favor.
I'm technically a fire mage. Round and round we go. Wait, I already made that joke. Crap!
Did you? I think you just plagiarized yourself.
No!
Alright, now you've got to change it and put in your own words.
I cut it off and added crap. It's technically not the same.
Good thing this isn't a song. You'd have had to change 10 things.
Only if I'm copying myself and I've changed record labels. Because apparently record labels will in fact sue an artist who copied a song they recorded under their record label if it sounds similar to one they recorded on a different record label.
Look at these stats. Where's your spear?
I didn't equip it.
I know. You were looking at the stats.
Oh, I was seeing if I had enough. I think I was showing that I didn't have enough to equip it. You'd need like one more if you wanted to equip the wing spear. But you should only do that if you're playing a version that hasn't connected to Xbox Live at all, because one of the patches they added through Xbox Live makes the spear cost more, and I think I show you that on the next one when I pick up a different spear. But basically it costs more stamina to throw with your shield up, so you have to remember to drop it when you go to stab with a spear, unless you want to burn through your stamina in a hurry, and I just found it annoying, so I started using the sword.
Oh, another neat trick, just for those who are paying attention. One of the things we grabbed from the dragon was a shield. One of the things he did not equip after running away from the dragon was
a shield. Yes, I completely blanked out on that. I equip it later, and I think I was going to add that note later, but proactive thinking, Integer.
Woo! Proactivity. Wait, isn't that a commercial for skin cream?
Maybe?
I don't know. I don't get TV.
I do, but I generally do productive stuff during commercials, like go to the bathroom and make a snack.
Don't forget about your note about the rat.
Oh, yeah, rats tend to drop humanity, which means they carry human souls on their person. Nobody knows why. Maybe they eat them. Maybe they're like our friends in the story and they've just been turned into rats. And maybe the rats are better than us all.
Nobody knows why he said that the rat had a person either.
A person?
You said that the rats carry them on their person.
No, I said like the rat persons in our story. Yeah, see, my sexy shield.
I do a wolf call, except I'm afraid that might be a little loud for this mic.
Probably. Yes, for those of you going at home, you go towards the inn where you can clearly see where you can land, and away from the inn where it looks like you're going to fall to your death. Just in case that wasn't painfully obvious. There's nothing back there. I just had to check. It would have haunted me.
Well, there actually is if you don't jump down the to the lower platform first. When the first time you get over there, if you're running towards it, if you've been fast enough, you drop off the edge, you land on top of one of these pink things.
Yeah, and make sure to smack them off, otherwise you have to fight 4 of them. And the item on the ground is literally rubbish, so you can wait to pick it up. See? Rubbish. It is by definition schmuck bait.
Handy later, of no use now.
Right. You trade it to a crow, because this game is weird. For those of you not aware, Integer is nodding instead of saying yes into the mic. Thanks for watching. Continued in part 2. I am Kador. That was my quick guide.
And I am Integer, and I am here for moral support.
Because he is a bum.
Error is the answer, and if you want to tell us to shut up, go to our website at
adventuresinrandom.com.
Also, if you don't want to tell us to shut up, go to our website at
adventuresinrandom.com.
Thank you.
Conversely, you could spam Integer to make more content, because, like I said, he is, in fact, a bum.